The next track in the F1 25 calendar is the fast and flowing Imola. This circuit combines medium and fast corners as well as a few slower turns, such as that slow chicane in the tricky downhill section of turns 11 and 12. Producing an Imola car setup can be tough, as you'd ideally want to run a high downforce setup for the majority of the circuit. However, that incredibly long pit straight means we need to factor in some top speed, otherwise we're going to be a sitting duck for the super quick AI. This car setup does factor in the fast AI top speed with a more low downforce approach. However, if you want to unlock the fastest lap times possible, our F125 Pro setups do offer higher downforce car setups that are more targeted and ideal for league racing and setting the fastest competitive lap times. Starting with the Aero, I've gone for 39 on the front wing and 36 on the rear. This is still relatively high downforce compared to what the AI use, but it is lower than our Pro setups. This means we're sacrificing some outright pace through the corners, but adding some top speed on the straights. If you're racing on higher AI difficulties and the AI are still driving away from you, try lowering both front and rear wings, and you can go down to around 33, 34 on the front or 30 on the rear. One way we can help with a bit of drive out of that last corner and onto the back straight is to lower our on-throttle differential to 65%. This medium setup approach can also help with traction out of the slipperier corners such as turns 7, 12 and 15. Then set your off-throttle diff to 40%. Then with the geometry, this is quick, you've guessed it, it's all the way to the left for every setup option again. With the suspension, I've gone for a setup of 40 and 3, and then 14 and 19 on the ARBs. This provides good stability through the medium and higher speed corners, and then set your ride height to 23 and 50, which is enough rake to help the car rotate, while also keeping an eye on maximising our straight line speed. Set the brake bar to 55%, although you can play with this up and down 1 or 2% throughout a lap on the entry to different corners, and then set the brake pressure to 100% as always. For the tyre pressures, the rears can get easily overloaded at Imola, especially if you're sliding the car through the fast left-right corner sequences. Go with 27 psi on both front tyres to keep them in the working temperature window, and then set the rears to 26.5 psi for the best heat management. And that completes our Imola car setup for F125. This is a super fun circuit rewarding good high-speed aero balance, as you can take the super fast first sector with a lot more speed if you're feeling confident in your car. Remember to play with the aero setup depending on how you're performing against the AI. The setup I've recommended will give the AI a very small performance advantage on the straights, but it's easy to manage that with ERS and DRS throughout a race, and you should have a lot more performance through the corners. If you're racing online in a league or trying to put in the fastest laps possible, do check out our Pro F125 setups, as they run a higher downforce setup with more rotation in the car with a focus on higher minimum corner speeds. But let me know how you get on with this setup and how you find it in a race or in your career mode. And until next time, stay safe, stay sexy, and I'll see you on track.